There's a word that most Americans treat as though it belongs in a museum. The draft. Something black and white. Vietnam footage. Old men arguing on TV. But there is an uncomfortable truth. I'm Jason, and this is Through the Bulk, where curiosity talks back, and today we're going to explore the American draft. The draft never went away. It's still here, quiet and waiting. The United States first used conscription during the Civil War, then again in World War I, and then in II, then Korea, and then in Vietnam. And every time it's the same story. A war or a conflict grows larger than anticipated. Volunteers stop showing up, and then suddenly the government doesn't ask, it simply selects. Today, every male U.S. citizen between the ages of 18 and 25 is required to register with Selective Services, and it's not optional. In fact, if you don't register, you can lose access to federal aid, jobs, and even citizenship pathways. So let's be clear, you're already in the system. You just haven't been called. If a draft were activated in 2026, it wouldn't look like the movies. No chaos in the streets. At least at first, it would be numbers, birthdays, a lottery, and then letters. And here's the part that none of us like to sit with. You don't get to choose the war, and you don't have to agree with it. You don't get to say that this one isn't ours. Look at the world right now. Escalation with Iran, global alliances tightening, narratives shifting depending on who's speaking. And once again, we're told that it's necessary. Look, I'm not pro-Iran, I'm certainly not pro-terrorism, but being against war isn't the same as being for the enemy, because history has a pattern. And that pattern says, when diplomacy fails, it's young men that pay the bill. So maybe the real question isn't, will there be a draft? Rather, it's, what happens when the cost of a distant conflict becomes personal? Because the draft isn't history, it's a switch, and it is still absolutely wired to the system.